Hey everybody, November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima, North Carolina for extreme lovers and I'm not. And if you see my cat get in my lap, it's okay. This conversation I'm about to have, I've had many times, let's say over the phone. Well, I had a chance to talk with Stevie overseas in Italy, and he brought up a good question to me, and really I wanted to share it with a lot of the new activators because when you're out, now for me, myself and I, all three of us, I always go from band to band and hunt the activators that are out there. That's just how I like to do. I like to assume that one day I'm going to be number 10 for somebody and their activation stress level has gone from 10 to a 0 and now they can actually go have fun. But let's push that window a little more. How many times when you're spinning the dial, don't answer the question, have you found what you thought was a clear frequency? You get on it, you go ahead and spot yourself on that frequency. You never look to see who was 1KC or on that frequency away from you. You just said it was clear where you're at, so you're going to spot it and you do it. Now I'm going to upset some feelings, and I don't mean to, but really, we should try to keep an eye on. And I've worked somebody that was 1/2 a KC, one person that was 0.5 and the other person that was 0.0, and they were both spotted on the spotting page. Now, yes, they could not hear each other. Understandable. Yes, they did not look on the spotting page, more than likely, but I don't have a real answer. Okay? Something to consider when you're going to spot. Go to the spotting page real quickly. See if anybody's plus or minus, however far you want them away from you, to get on the frequency and get spotted and rock and roll. Now, a lot of times, many activators are stuck in a low syndrome called 40 meter, 20 meter. That's all they're going to run. They don't get into the higher bands. For those of us that have been around, there's a term called the cycle. And when the cycle's high, the upper bands are great. And they're not only great at this time of day, they could be great midday, all day long. Okay, depending where the activator is located, East Coast, Midwest, West Coast, the time and band choice is different. And that's something that experience will teach you as an activator, okay? But don't be stuck on 20 and 40. Yes, I know the Wolf River will give you dual collars, and you can set it up for 20 and 40, and then you don't have to use a tuner or whatever, okay? End feds are nice. They go in a tree a lot of times or go off the back of a truck and whip, and it gives you an opportunity to run the end fed multibands and not have to worry about a tuner if you don't want to. Okay. I use KO4 Foxtrot Sierra Zulu's end feds, and I don't need a tuner. And I actually go on a couple bands because they're less than 2 to 1 on his antenna, 12 meters. Okay. And when I go to 6 meters on his antenna, it throttles back a little power output, but it still works, and I'm not there a long time. Key down, quick contacts, and generally that's very much quick. But the point is, go to other bands. Now, Stevie mentioned that, a lot of U.S. stations we could hear if they would just come up the band. 10 meters has been doing real great here the last 3 or 4 days. Go to 10 meters, especially if you're a tech. Go into the tech portion and spot yourself in the tech portion and give yourself more than 5 minutes sitting there getting nothing. You have to remember, you're hoping other people go to the spotting page. and look. Now, let me share about that spotting page so you will understand where I'm going with this. I set it up by frequency. So the first frequencies is going to show up, hello. Okay, 75 meters, 60 meters, 40 meters, 20 meters, 17 meters, 15 meters, 12 meters, 10 meters, all the way down at the bottom of that spotting page. Yes, that's what happens, and that's where some hunters, I'm going to blame some hunters, and some activators, I'm going to blame some activators because we're both, don't ever go scroll down to 12 or 15 or 6 meters even, you know? They stay on 20 and 40 because that's where their meat and potatoes are. If you chase DX, please plant this thought in the back of your head. Those DX stations really would like the opportunity to work US stations too if you would go there. But again, do look and make sure you're not on the same frequency as somebody else. When I get on the air headed to a park, I can always check out the spotting page, and there's a lot of DX on 40 meters right in the advanced portion of the band. Okay, yes, the advanced portion. Well, guess what? I got my advanced ticket, so I'm good. But the thing is, for extra class or advanced class, if you're up at 0430, 0530 a.m. East Coast time, there's opportunities on 40 meters for you to go play. And if you're one of the more fortunate ones that have a rotatable element to project in their direction, you stand a great chance of bringing your park entities, DX entities up, because they are there. It's just taking the time as a hunter to go look for them. And as an activator, when you're out, take a moment and go see if anybody's plus or minus on the frequency that you're trying to establish yourself on. We don't own a frequency, none of us. But it is a cluster mess when two activators, and it happens, and I've done it, so it's not an intentional thing, but when I got there, there was nobody there. The frequency was clear. And next thing I know, there's another activator on the same frequency hailing calls. Now, who was wrong? I'm not going to point a finger. I always look at, if I point my finger at somebody, I got three pointing back at me. This is just some common courtesy and respect and thought when you look at the spotting page. And don't forget our DX. You have Nico over in Italy, one of our Italian ambassadors for Parks on the Air. And Nico builds a 10-meter beam, attaches it or mounts it to the side of his car, or the rear end of his car, so that it's stable. And he sets himself over the, what I call the cliff coast view over the ocean. And he'll sit there for 4 or 5 hours on one frequency. So don't always assume when you go to the spotting page that somebody is not there after 15 minutes. What happens is people forget to respot. And if I hear a conversation of somebody saying they're getting ready to go QRT or go eat lunch or something, I'll make a note on the respot 57 North Carolina getting ready to go QSY. I do that because there's nothing worse than seeing your spot up and you're not there, and people are getting upset because, where are you at? I can't hear you. Because I had to go to the bathroom, or I had to go eat. I had to take care of the wife. Yes, dear, I'm on the way. There's several different things that can come out in the middle of the field. I'm reaching out to you activators. Our DX hunters and activators would love to get you in their log. They get just as excited crossing the pond and shaking hands park to park. November Charlie 4X Lima NC4XL. If I've offended anybody, it is not that. I am not better than anybody. I'm just an old man. We're playing and having fun. When the fun is gone, it's time to go find another hobby. Parks on the Air gives me and many, many folks just like me an opportune time to go have fun. Let's look where we're going. Let's go forward and have fun. NC4XL 73s.